Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm going to be talking about magnetic collar stays. Now, many of you guys know I use these, many of you guys don't. And I guess it's one of my little secrets that isn't so much a secret. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of the company and the business that I've been using their magnetic collar stays for a couple years now. And then I'm going to talk to you about a less expensive way to get the same effect. And I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each method. Now, before I get into this, really would ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why I'm asking you to do this? So that you don't miss any videos. And I put out these ghost videos occasionally, once in a while, put it out. If you are not subscribed and set to receive emails whenever I put out a video, you're going to have to go into YouTube and manually adjust this. If you're not set to do that, you're going to miss these videos and you're going to wonder what some of the inside jokes are about and other things like that. So highly advise you become a subscriber. That way you can come in and check out the videos. I'd ask that you check them out within 24 hours because usually ghost videos aren't up longer than 24 hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Now, magnetic collar stays. Yeah, I use them right here. And to be able to use a magnetic collar stay, you actually have to have a shirt collar that can take stays. So look under here. Some shirt collars, especially on less expensive shirts, are going to have something already, aren't going to have room for them, especially if it's, and some of them aren't designed. They're actually made to have a soft roll or they're made to be a button down. In that case, you're not going to be able to use anything like this. And this is right here, a metal shirt or collar stay. And here's a simple magnet. Now, the company that I'll talk about first is called Working Stiffs. You may have heard of them. I remember when they just started out. I read about them, and it was one of those things. This is back probably in 2008. And I'm checking out what things are going on. Maybe it's 2009. I don't remember exactly. But I remember when John and Amy Booz first got going, I remember checking out their website. They had that picture of their son. Now they've got 2 kids. But it was just, I just really thought they were doing a really cool thing down in Florida. Called up Amy, spoke with her. She sent me out some samples. I had bought some already, so it was kind of cool. I had 2 of them. They had samples. I had actually had some that I bought. I thought they were really cool. Now, one thing I didn't think was cool is they were kind of pricey. And if you were to go out and buy 6, so 2 sets of 3, you're going to pay $40 right now on Amazon. However, they come in a really nice box. They make for a great gift. And I can tell you, the amount of miles I've gotten out of my current working stiffs and how many times I've kind of mentioned them to people I've spoken with, they have more than, I've gotten more than my money's worth out of these things. So again, Amy and John, I think they did a good job of popularizing it. They were on Shark Tank, from my understanding, and the presentation of their gift packages is really nice. In addition, they're a small American company, so you're going to get great service if you have an issue or it's not good quality or for some reason it doesn't work, or it may, I don't know, maybe you lose a magnet. You can just contact them, and I know that they've got great customer service, and that's worth something to a lot of people. However, I know some of you guys are out there thinking, okay, I'm not going to pay $40 for basically 3 sets of stays. That's crazy. When you can go on Amazon and you can choose just to get some metal, basically shirt stays, get some magnets, and voila, for $12, $6, and you're going to actually get 40 sets of magnetic collar stays. So what does that translate into? Basically, you're paying 25 cents for one of these versus almost over $6 for a set of a magnet and a metal collar stay. Now, so the obvious benefits of going to Amazon and buying the metal stay with the magnet is price. You're going to pay $12 versus $40, and you're going to get a lot more. It comes out to, again, 25 cents per set. Now, here's the thing, is you look at the presentation, and I received some of these. You know, the presentation honestly isn't that great. You get a lot of them. I mean, as you can see, I'm creating, you know, pentagons here, and just I think one of my kids was here, and I was doing some type of man figure. So you can do stuff like that with them because you got so many. But I've noticed that the quality of the magnets and the quality of the metal stays isn't that high quality. However, most people aren't seeing them. And that is one complaint I did have with Working Stiffs, is I seem to lose my magnets all the time. And I was getting down to my last set of magnets. Now, So another thing that you can't control is, are they actually going to work? Some people sell metal stays, but they don't really work very well with the magnets. And I've seen some people complain about that. They'll buy the metal stays and for some reason it's just not working well. When you buy from Working Stiffs, it's guaranteed to work. So you're also dealing with some poor quality of the magnets. I've seen some of the magnets. I haven't had this issue, but I saw people complaining about that some of the magnets that you're buying online at a cheaper price are actually breaking. Haven't seen anyone talk about that, and the Working Stiff magnets are really, really nice and very solid and have stood up to years of use. So my suggestion, if you're just buying for yourself and you're on a tight budget, I'm going to link you over to, I have an article in which I link over to Amazon. I will show you exactly what I bought, and you can follow that link right over and you can buy and pretty much be guaranteed you're going to get the best value. However, if you're buying it for a gift, perhaps you've got a man in your life or you've got a brother or a father and you want to get him something that actually looks really nice and kind of turns him onto the idea and doesn't look like, you just bought it, just off the side of the street, then I would recommend Working Stiffs. They're a great company. They've got a great story, and it's always cool to, again, you're paying for, I think, the presentation and the quality and the service. So that's my advice on magnetic collar stays. I love them, and as you can tell, it does make a difference if you haven't seen the unevenness. But all right, that's it, guys. I will see you in the next video. And remember, if you want more information about men's style, I've got that free 47-page ebook that is free over at realmenrealstyle.com. All right, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.